Hello, math workers. Today we're going to do some work. What I have here, we're doing some adding to 4, 5, and 6 with some practice. What I'm going to use is to use this template as a way of working together with that. So I'm going to move the camera in just a minute. I'm going to put these two tools side by side. It's a little bit hard to work on them here when they're standing up. And so what we're going to do is I'll do some of these to get us started, and then you can finish them by yourself using counters or so, or things at home. And we'll use counters to just help us with that, what's called the concrete, using an object and not just doing it mental math. So we can be sure we're counting and adding and using all of our numerals and our skills correctly. This is a chart I made for my class. I have a set of these that my class uses when we do computation, and we're back in our classrooms. I really like this tool. It could be something if you wanted to make one of these at home. I use different color brown skin color for the hands, and then I wrote in the words I have, so mine will always be up here. You have, and that's the somebody else, like my student or friend, and then we have we have. And so we're doing our addition this way. I could have them this way if I wanted to, and have hands going that way if I wanted to. This kind of horizontal number sentence, which looks like these kind, like here. But I also think it's important because these, the vertical type of math, students don't get as much exposure to. So when I did this originally, I did it because this type of math is not as commonly presented to students as this kind is. This kind is useful and it's helpful to get started with. When you start doing 2-digit, 3-digit addition, you do subtraction, and then you do multiplication. This is the kind of format, this vertical presentation, that will help you understand that and work with that with greater accuracy. So I try to do half and half of each one. And so we'll work on a little bit of each of these, some here and some here, and then let you continue the rest by yourself as you see that practice. So we'll work on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 examples together, and then you have the rest to do by yourself whenever you have time. I'm going to put these together right here, and then I'm checking my colors here that these can all be seen easily. Yeah. And then I'm going to use pennies on the hands, and I'm going to move my tools ready. And so I'll have the two papers next to each other, and then, oh, hi. Oh, I've got my shy snail here who gets a little bit embarrassed when we start something new. I know, it's okay. It's just new work. It just takes, it's okay, relax. It's okay. We'll give you a chance to see this. See, right? I know they're all out there looking at you too. Right? So quiet and whispering over there. They're working on addition just like you are. It's okay, it's okay. Don't worry. We're giving you lots of practice so you can learn it too. Ready to try out with us? Good, okay. I'm going to have you over here and just watch for a few minutes while we set up our work right here. Okay? Relax, it's okay. It's okay. Right there on the side, taking your time. Just watch me. I'm going to put these two next to each other. I'm going to move my pennies around. And if you have pennies, that would be a good tool to use today because that will match what we're doing. So please have purple nearby, marker or crayon, and then a marker or pencil to write the numerals with. I'm going to keep our two papers here, and then I'm going to get up and then move the camera closer. It's okay. See, we see you're still there. It's okay. It's okay here. So shy sometimes. Okay, now I'm going to use this. The two tools I have here are these two here. I'm going to get my properly lined up here. We're working on these problems here, and then we'll match on here. So we're going to start with this one right here. This problem here says 3 plus 1. And so one of the first things I'm going to do is to have the number n here. So I'm working on all the tools on my camera here. This numeral I'm going to put in my hand right here. I'm going to put pennies to match that. 1, 2, 3 pennies right here. 3 plus one more will come down in here. So I'm going to make that one be right here. So we have 3 pennies plus 1 penny, 3 pennies plus 1 penny, and then we're going to write the answer, or the sum. This is an addend, and this is an addend. 3 plus 1. If you know the answer already, please write it in the air. And then let's do a check together to be sure. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me check my work again. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to write that numeral right over here. I write it underneath the others, right here. Now the difference when you write these kind of numerals, this kind of equations, is we have the plus there, and this single line underneath is like the equals. 3 plus 1 equals 4. And if you did that correctly, you can put a small check right there. All right, I'm going to clear the deck and then move to the next one. This one says 4 plus 2. So I'm going to put 4 pennies over here in my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. That matches here. And then I'm going to add 2 in this hand right here. 4 plus 2. Let's count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 plus 2 equals 6. Sounds good, but let's check it again. I like to count in the opposite direction to be sure I'm not repeating a mistake and I'm really being clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got the same answer twice. So I'm going to write that over here. 4 plus 2 equals 6. I'm going to remember to put my purple plus and my purple equal sign. I'm going to look at the next one. I'm going to clear the deck a little bit there. Put my pennies over. And this one is, I'm going to keep that group apart. Remember, we just have this new one. 4 plus 0. And I'm going to put this purple now. 4 plus 0 equals, now I'm going to match my pennies over here. So I need 4 in the first hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Check again, plus 0. So nothing goes in that one. 4 plus 0, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 plus 0 equals 4. And I remember mentioning before that 0 added to any number is the same number. I'm going to get my teacher red so I can make my check here be correct. If you have that, put a teacher red check there. And if you got that correct, teacher red check there. And if you got that correct, teacher red check there. So we just did some vertical. Let's read them. 3 plus 1 equals 4. 4 plus 2 equals 6. 4 plus 0 equals 4. Now let's try this way, the horizontal math. 3 plus 1 equals. Now you might know it already, but I still want to do this, what's called the concrete. That means it's really there, it's right in front of us. We're using our counters. 1, 2, 3. That matches over here. 3. And this hand needs 1. So I'm going to put 1 over here. 3 plus 1. I'll do some counting to check. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to count again. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 plus 1 equals 4. I see 3. And if I wanted to for extra practice, I could trace these numerals. 3 plus 1 equals, I'm using my purple, and the number we found is 4. I'm going to put that right here. Okay. If you have that and can read that, 3 plus 1 equals 4. Teacher red check. Clear the deck over there by my counters and try the next one. 1 plus 3 equals. I'm going to move that over here this time. Now I have 1 at the top to match that. And 3 need to go in this spot. 1, 2, 3. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4. going to go checking again a second time because mathematicians like to do their work twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Okay, let's come back over here and I'm going to trace them. 1 plus 3 equals, we just counted that number, is 4. Let's read that math sentence. 1 plus 3 equals 4. Okay, going to clear the deck over here and then try this one. 3 plus 3 equals. I'm going to start by tracing this time. So remember 3. I'm going to put my 3 pennies over here. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to come back and trace plus 3. I'm going to add 3 pennies to the second hand. I'm going to come back and trace. And I need my equal sign in purple. So I see 3 plus 3. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6. Let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 twice. Okay. I'm going to write that number over here. 3 plus 3 equals 6. Let's read that. 3 plus 3 equals 6. And a check. Now we finished this part. I'm going to have you do this part independently. You can just put things into a circle. You can draw a circle on a piece of paper and put your pennies in there, or you can just put your pennies in one corner of the paper, and then you can put the second set in the other corner of the paper. As long as you can see the two sets separately, the hand is just a fun way of doing it, but you could also do something like this as a way of showing the difference. Okay, happy mathing! We did it!